All right, y'all. So Brian Carn, Prophet Brian Carn, just pleaded guilty to tax fraud. And this is serious. It's not no low number or anything like that. This is serious. We're talking about millions of dollars. And I pray this opens up some of your eyes, because some of y'all are so blind. Some of y'all keep falling for sow this seed, sow that seed for breakthrough. The Lord said sow this much, sow that much. And behind the scenes, these guys are lying on their taxes. Just lying. I mean, it's one thing to, miss a couple things here and make a mistake. And it's another thing to completely lie about how much money you're making. And you're telling the government and the tax people you're only making like $24,000. But in all reality, your income was $1.6 million. So if you guys go on the Department of Justice, U.S. Department of Justice website, or you Google this, Brian Carn is going to be facing up to 3 years in prison. Obviously, you don't wish this for anyone. You don't rejoice. The Bible says don't rejoice in the perishing of the wicked. Maybe he won't go to jail. Maybe this will just be house arrest. But there's a reason this needs to be talked about so people's eyes open. The Bible says that judgment must begin at the house of God in 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is coming that judgment must begin at the house of God. So you can see here, we'll read some of it. In 2016, Carn filed his tax return for 2015. That properly reported that he earned more than $1.4 million in income and owed more than $600 in taxes. He did not, however, pay those taxes to the IRS, and instead came up with a scheme to deceive the IRS. Now imagine, this is back in 2016, back 2015. This is years ago. This is over a decade ago. So imagine you're doing ministry and all these things, and you're living a unrepentant life, reprobate, continuous just thievery. And you're prophesying, you're doing all these things, and it's like scandal after scandal, all these women coming out and saying this, that. And then it's still not enough for the church to sit him down, because the church has already has so much infiltration and corruption, and the board and whatnot, and the foundation. It's just sad. And then we see here, we continue to read, like this is terrible. A few months later, when the IRS attempted to collect his unpaid taxes, including by placing lines on his property and attempted to levy his bank accounts, Carn amended his 2015 tax return and falsely removed nearly $1.3 million in income that he previously reported. To accomplish this, Carn hired a new accountant and provided him with a fictitious backdated employment agreement that provided for an annual salary of $120,000 and an annual parsonage allowance of $24,000. So he's basically reporting $24,000 that was personally for me. But in all reality, he actually reported $1.4 million. Carn represented to his accountant that this was all the income he earned for the year. Carn represented third parties on credit card. Carn represented third parties on credit card applications, financial account openings, and lease applications, and otherwise knew that the income he actually earned far exceeded the salary in the employment agreement.